So yeah, we'll be making a start now. So as it is being live streamed via YouTube, you may have a small prompt that says this has been is being live streamed. So if you just press got it, and we can make a start. Everybody's phones and what's it called? The microphones are muted and videos as well. If for any reason I get disconnected for any reason, then I'll be joining as soon as possible. If you get disconnected, you can log back onto here. Sometimes I might have to admit you, and if I'm in between the meditation, I might not be aware of that. So you can also log in via YouTube Meditation for All, and it's on a live stream on our Meditation for All YouTube channel. So those who are new to meditation or new to this session or new to us on YouTube. So meditation is actually just bringing our attention into our natural presence, into our natural sense of existing that exists within us. And so we're moving our attention beyond the normal psychological mind, beyond our identity, and sort of discovering who we are behind that, our existential presence. Um, and so recognizing and allowing our attention to rest in that and abide in that space is meditation. And so different techniques are used, say the breath or focusing on a different chakra or point in the body or some candle or sound, mantra can be used. And initially, oh, sorry, oh, it's blurred video. One second. Okay. So yeah, initially, it helps to develop our concentration, and then as we go deeper, we can start to recognize the deeper depths of who we are through meditation. And so, in today's technique, we'll be using three different techniques, starting with the breath, just being aware of our natural breath at the nostril area. Then we'll be focusing our attention at the point in between the eyebrows, and then we'll be stopping any sort of formalized technique and just sort of relaxing our attention into our natural state of awareness, into a natural state of meditation. So make yourself comfortable now, whether that's sitting or lying down. Preferably sitting is better, keeping the back straight, and to help you keep you in an attentive and aware state of being instead of falling to sleep. So just make sure your distractions also are minimized, maybe switching your phone off, keeping a nice, sort of sacred space in your room. And so we'll just start the meditation now. So coming into a comfortable posture, the back preferably straight, without creating too much tension in a alert and aware space within oneself. And first, initially, just bringing your attention to the nostril area. And as you breathe in, you can feel a sensation of air coming in through the nostril. As you inhale, you feel a sensation of air coming in through the nostril as you inhale. And as you exhale, you'll feel that sensation of air coming back out the nostril. So simply just bringing your attention to the nostril area, and in the inner nostril area, as you breathe in and out, naturally breathe in and out, you can feel the air touching the inner nostrils. As you breathe in, you can feel the sensation of air coming in through the nostrils. And as you breathe out, you can feel that sensation of air moving back out the nostrils. So simply just placing your attention at the nostril area and simply remaining a witness, simply observing the breath coming in and out by simply observing that sensation of air that you feel as the air touches the inner nostrils. The key to the meditation is to remain in that state of just awareness, of just witnessing, of observing whatever experience is taking place. Initially, we start with the breath by just watching the breath. by being aware of the sensation of air coming in and out the nostril. Initially, you may consciously try to alter the breathing, but with time, just allow yourself just to watch, just to be aware that the breathing is naturally just taking place. The breath is naturally coming in and going out. Each time your attention moves away from the breath, moves away from the nostril area, you may recognize that you may be caught up in some thought for some time, a minute or so or less, and your attention is moving in some thought and you're thinking about something. And then you realize, oh, my attention should have been at the nostril area with the breath. So when you recognize that your attention is somewhere else and it's not with the breath, then just first take a moment and just see where your attention is. First step is just to be aware of wherever your attention is in the moment. Is it with some thought, with some sensation in the body? Is it with some sound or other experience? Just take a step back, and in the same way you observe the breath coming in and out, in the same way, just try to just watch, just be aware of the particular thoughts that may be appearing, emotions or sense impressions. Take a step back and just be aware of where your attention is in the moment. Part of your identity may be reacting to that particular thought or experience. You might be trying to push away unpleasant experiences or hold on to pleasant experiences. You may be reacting in some way to that particular thought, emotion. And if you become aware of that, again, just watch that part of your identity, the part of the mind which is reacting and identifying with different thought structures, different emotions, and just to be aware of that. There's a deeper space within oneself, which is a simply aware presence, which is unchanging, which is not disturbed by any thought or emotion or even the sense of identity. It is beyond that reactive state of the mind. So slowly we start to connect to that deeper awareness within ourselves, that deeper perception or consciousness within oneself, where we're simply just aware of wherever our attention is. And then just bringing your attention slowly back, to the nostril area, back to the breath, watching the breath coming in and watching the breath going out. With time, slowly allowing your attention to stay with the breath for longer periods of time, simply watching the breath coming in and out. And as your concentration deepens, naturally your breath becoming longer, deeper, slower. And as the breath slows down, become deeper, become subtler, also the mind slowing down, the thoughts per second, the thoughts slow down and you experience space, a gap in between the thoughts, gaps in between the experience, silence within oneself. And also your body starts to slow down its processes. The nervous system starts to become calmer and balanced. You feel a deeper sense of calmness and tranquility in the body and mind just by watching the breath and allowing the breath to become more subtler, more deeper. You can also notice if your attention is scattered and now moving into thoughts and different emotions. And that has a direct effect on also your breath. You'll see that your breathing starts to change when you get caught up in different emotions, in different thoughts. The breathing becomes more erratic, irregular, shallower, faster. Just to observe this correlation of the breath and the mind and the body. We don't have to alter our breathing or try to slow our breathing in any way, but just by simply watching and allowing our attention to be absorbed with the breath, concentrate on the breath, naturally our breathing starts to change. And in doing so, our thoughts also start to slow down and we experience a greater space of awareness within ourselves. And it's natural for the mind, for the attention to move again, different thoughts, different emotions. But each time it serves as an opportunity to become aware of where your attention is moving to, the different conditioned patterns of thought, emotions, beliefs, memories, the past, the future. Start to become self-conscious, aware of where our attention is moving, in what different thought patterns, what different beliefs, emotions, memories our attention is moving into. Normally, this is happening unconsciously, and our attention is naturally just jumping from experience to experience. But now we start to observe our inner experience and start to see where, become consciously aware of where our attention is moving to. And also, we're using our conscious will and attention to focus on the breath. Use the breath as an anchor to come back to focus our attention onto, watching the breath coming in and out. Noticing where your attention is in this moment. Is it with the breath? Is it with some thought, emotion, some memory? To observe where your attention is in the moment, connect to that space of awareness within oneself where you can simply just witness, observe that particular thought or emotion or experience as it is in the moment. Is the part of the mind which is reacting, identifying, creating a personal story around that particular thought, memory, emotion, experience, is a part of the identity, reacting to it in any way, trying to push it away or hold on to certain experiences. Just observe if this is occurring within you. Is there some personal narrative around particular thoughts? Not to analyze or to judge, but simply coming into that space of awareness where you can see what's occurring within oneself, become consciously aware of the mind, the identity, the process of identification, reaction. Start to become aware of our mental processes and to recognize a deeper sense of awareness presence, which is beyond the mental processes, which is aware of the mental process. a deeper sense of awareness, presence, which is even beyond the sense of identity or self-image of being a separate me, I, a separate person. Each time coming back to the breath, watching the breath coming in and out, allowing that concentration and absorption into the breath, calm the body, calm the mind, slow the mind, allowing your attention to go deeper within oneself. And so now we'll lead to the next part of the meditation. If you're new to meditation, then you can just practice this breath meditation, just being aware of the breath at the nostril, and each time being aware whenever your attention moves, and then gently bringing it back to the breath. If you wish to follow the next instructions, you can do. If at any point you want to come back to the breath, then please do so. So the next technique is the third eye meditation. So still aware of the breath coming in and out of the nostril, but now to start to feel the breath as a movement of life energy. As you're inhaling, you're feeling that movement of life energy moving up the nostril to the point in between the eyebrows as you inhale. And as you exhale, just feeling the attention. As you exhale, feeling your attention rest at the point in between the eyebrows and feeling the energy gather at the space in between the eyebrows. So breathing in, feeling energy moving in through the breath, through the nostril up to the point in between the eyebrows. And as you exhale, just allowing your attention to rest in the space, feeling the energy gather at the space in between the eyebrows. Breathing in, feeling the breath as a flow of energy, feeling the energy come up through the nostrils to the point in between the eyebrows. As you deepen in the practice, you can also feel energy moving up the spine. As you inhale, you can feel energy moving from the root chakra up through the energy system to the point in between the eyebrows. But if you don't feel that flow from the root to the third eye, then just visualize the breath coming in from the nostrils and feeling it as energy that's focusing at this point in between the eyebrows. And as you exhale, just feeling your attention gather and the energy gather at this space in between the eyebrows. And also with your eyes closed, you can feel your physical eyes feeling as though they're looking upwards into this point in between the eyebrows. If you feel tension for any reason as you focus there, just try to widen your attention while still being alert and aware, but not focusing too much if you feel any tension here. It's a gentle gazing upwards to this point in between the eyebrows, a gentle attention, just as we look as a rose, look at nature with a wider perspective, a wider vision. Same way we're focusing in this way at the point in between the eyebrows with a wide focus, a gaze, an inward gaze. We're gazing into that space within ourselves. So when you feel your attention has sort of gathered at this space in between the eyebrows and you feel your attention being pulled into the space in between the eyebrows, then you can stop visualizing the breath as a flow of energy, or you can stop following the attention through the nostrils and simply then just allow your attention just to rest at this space in between the eyebrows. So when you feel your energy and your attention has sort of concentrated at the point in between the eyebrows, then you can drop visualizing the breath as an energy, and just allow your attention to rest at the space in between the eyebrows. And feeling as though you're inwardly gazing, inwardly looking into oneself, into your inner space from the point in between the eyebrows. You may feel like you're looking in from this point in between the eyebrows into the second center of the brain, into the pineal gland, and then looking into the body, looking into the posture of the body, looking into the sensations in the body, looking into the thoughts which are appearing within oneself, the emotions, the different sensations, different experiences. Feeling as this third eye is your looking glass, to look inwards inside oneself into the reality which is appearing moment to moment within oneself. Just as the physical eyes look at the outer reality and observe the outer reality, using the third eye to look into the inner reality, to see what is occurring within one's inner space, observing the breath, maybe observing maybe thoughts appearing and disappearing, emotions, sensations, some inner story, the self-image or identity may be creating about the past or future. Just to see this all occurring, this movement of experience, this movement of form within oneself. So from the third eye, we're inwardly looking into ourselves, and just being aware of any experience which arises, observing thoughts arise, observing the breath or sensations or emotions, whatever it may be for you in this moment, just observing from the third eye. And when we observe from the third eye, we connect to our own intuition, and we can see things from a higher perspective and also from many different perspectives. However, ultimately, we observe that every experience, every thought, every emotion, every sensation is just a movement of energy, a movement of form which is arises. Every experience, every thought, every sensation arises. Your attention holds onto that experience and you observe that experience as it's playing out. And then in its own time, every thought dissolves back into your inner space. No thought, no emotion is permanent, continually being recycled, moving, arising, staying, and then dissolving, passing in your inner space. And you can observe also the attention, how the attention is moving to different forms which appear within one's inner space. And the attention attaches to different certain thoughts, certain thought patterns, emotional patterns, and how there's that identification and reaction. Our self-image has a personal investment in certain thoughts and emotions. You stuck to certain thoughts and emotions. And when your identity is stuck with certain thoughts or emotions, the perception is limited to, and reality is seen through that lens, through them thoughts, thought patterns, through them belief structures, through them emotional patterns. So through meditation, we're actually coming to a deeper place, deeper space of awareness, perception, which is even beyond the identity or the self-image that we create of ourselves. A deeper sense of awareness, which can be aware of the identity, aware of the thoughts, patterns, the belief structures, emotional patterns, and how the identity reacts to and identifies with different structures of thoughts and beliefs. And this deeper awareness is unchanging. So trying, as you look through the third eye and connect into that inner space within oneself, slowly as your thoughts and experiences slow down, starting to recognize that space of silence, that space of presence, awareness, in which these movements of thoughts appear and disappear. So normally our attention is focused upon the objects which appear within ourselves, the particular thought or experience that appears within ourselves. Now we start to, instead of focusing on the object of perception, we're just recognizing that space, that infinite boundless space of presence, of awareness in which these thoughts and experiences come and go. So now instead of focusing on each and every experience, each and every thought or emotion, as you look in through the third eye, trying to connect to that sense of inner space within oneself, a formless space within oneself. And within this space, there's movements of energy, movements of vibration. This vibration energy turns into thought patterns, emotions, experiences, and then dissolves back into that space. And when there's no thought, no experience, there's just that blank space. That boundless space within oneself. And then even if thought, or even if the experiences are still arising and passing, instead of focusing on the object, on the thought or emotion or sensation, we're still focused on that sense of space within ourselves and see everything as a just movement, a movement of form, movement of energy within oneself, constantly arising and passing. Even the thought of me, of your self-image, me, I'm this person, this is the past, this is the future. Even seeing that as just another projection of thought, projection of the psychological mind. And seeing that there's a deeper part of oneself which is aware of even these thoughts about oneself, of who you are in society, in the external world. So in this way, slowly we're coming deeper and deeper within ourselves. We're withdrawing our attention and focusing it on deeper dimensions within oneself until we come to the very essence, the core of who we are. And this moves us to the last part of meditation, the self-inquiry. So if you wish to still practice the third eye technique, you can do. If you wish to move to the practice the breath awareness, you can do. However, if you feel ready, then you can drop any technique, drop the third eye, drop the breath technique, and just simply sit and simply just allowing your attention to come to that space of presence, come to that space of awareness within oneself, connect to that inner space, and come to that unchanging sense of awareness within oneself. And within that unchanging awareness, presence, movements of thought, emotion, sensation, the identity, past, future, is just seen as a movement of form, within oneself, a movement of vibration within oneself. And all forms again dissolve into that formless presence. And that unchanging sense of presence is beyond thought, is beyond any concept. Is beyond any sense of separation. It just simply is. You simply are in this moment. It's just that simple, intuitive sense of just existing, that you know. There's a knowing of that you're simply existing, that you simply are. Simple sense of presence or awareness here and now. Allowing the attention to move to this very essential space of just awareness, existence. They simply exist, not as a thought, not thinking it as a thought or concept in the mind, but just allowing your attention to come into that direct experience. Where that awareness becomes aware of itself. Mind becomes like a mirror where the consciousness just becomes aware of its own awareness, becomes aware of its own existence. You recognize who you are beyond the identity, beyond the self-image you create and the roles you play in the external world. You recognize that you're just part of existence. You are existence. You are life itself. You're not separate from life. That life, that existence which exists as you is also existing as everything. And it's the same existence, the same life. Only if your attention moves into thought and into identity, then there's a sense of separation, the sense of me, other, this, that. If you don't move, the attention doesn't get caught into thought, and the attention stays in this existential space of just existing, knowing, awareness, presence. You see that's the very core, the very essence of who you are. And as you abide your attention in this space, thoughts may appear, different emotions may appear, but they're just seen as movements of energy within oneself. And when you just be aware from this space of awareness, this presence, you naturally have a healing presence. Any thoughts, belief systems, the conditioned state of mind which needs to be dissolved, then thoughts, emotions can be processed in that space of presence within oneself. And whatever needs to be let go of, different thought patterns, different beliefs, different emotions, memories, they can be released in your inner space. They can be processed. That energy then can be reintegrated within oneself. And when we allow these thought patterns, the conditioned state of the mind and emotions and memories and past and future dissolve into this space of presence, of existence, of life, within ourselves. Naturally, then there's a greater space and flow of expression, of fresh, new, creative expression of life through the body and mind. As no longer you're stuck in old beliefs, emotions which no longer serve you. From that state, space of stillness, space of presence, there can be a new movement of creative expression, which is not filtered through the conditioned mind. So just recognizing who you are and allowing the attention to abide in that space of presence, of awareness, beyond thought, beyond concept, as a living experience. They simply exist here and now. And the mind, the conditioned mind, is like a wheel which, by giving our attention more and more to, it spins faster and faster. So even though we bring our attention to that space of awareness within oneself, still the mind will be spinning, the wheel will be still spinning and has momentum. And in the same way, our conditioned mind will still start to appear and grab our attention. And we feel again we're caught up in that sense of identity, and our perception narrows. And we start to see again our reality through our conditioned mind and emotions, through the past, the future. And then again, we recognize, we allow our attention to come back to that deeper space within ourselves and recognize that eternal awareness, presence within oneself. Recognize that we're a part of life, we are existence, life itself. To come into that living experience. And then this becomes a meditation where instead of focusing on the breath or some other technique, it's the actual moment to moment in life where we start to become consciously aware whenever our attention has moved back into the ego mind, back into the identity, back into me, the past, the future, and into that whole belief, into that whole image we create of ourselves and the world within ourselves. Start to become consciously aware whenever our attention goes back into that conditioned mind, and then we can bring our attention in the moment. We can bring the attention back into that space of presence, into that space of life, into that stillness, silence within oneself. And this becomes a practice where it's not that something you do as a separate time, is part of life itself. Moment to moment, you can become aware of where your attention is. Is it moving in that sense of separateness, the sense of identity, in the past, the future? Or is your attention abiding in that space of presence, in that space of pure expression of life? And from that space of presence, you'll naturally be able to react to circumstances and situations from a fresh, creative space within oneself. And so now finishing with the meditation, slowly coming back to our body consciousness. Again, just being aware of your posture. You're sitting on your chair or wherever you may be. Just become aware of your posture, aware of your body, the outline of your body, aware of sensations in the body. You may be aware of sitting on your chair, feeling that sense of pressure on your legs, your thighs. And just releasing any excess energy you may feel, releasing it down the legs, down the feet, and into the earth, grounding your energies and feeling the earth energies rising up through the legs, up the spine to the top of the head, feeling the earth energy supporting and balancing the bodies and making you feel stable, secure within the body, connecting you back to that body consciousness, becoming aware of the breath, and then slowly bringing your attention into the external senses again, feeling the sense of touch with the skin and clothing, being aware of any taste or smell, being aware of any sound, the sound of your own breathing, the heartbeat, sounds inside, outside the room. Aware of any sensations in the body, and then slowly moving the hands and feet, gently stretching, and then in your own time, opening your eyes in your own time. Slowly coming back into your body consciousness, slowly moving, stretching the body, slowly bringing your attention back into the external senses, while still feeling that deep sense of peace, calmness, that stillness, that silence within oneself. So just opening your eyes now and just taking your time after this session, taking some water, some fruit to help ground you. Also know as it's a therapeutic process, it can bring up certain thoughts, emotions, memories, just being aware of that. And just to remain in that space of awareness if different emotions come up, different thoughts come up, different memories come up. Just giving you that time for introspection if you need it during today, just to be aware of these thought patterns and just to become aware of that deeper space of awareness within oneself, which is untouched by any thought or emotion. And so, if anybody has any questions, you can leave it in the chat on Zoom, or if you're on YouTube, you can leave it in the live chat. Or if you wish to put your mics on, you can put your mic on and ask the question if you wish to. However, everything's been recorded on YouTube live stream, so just to let you be aware of that. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, please do ask. If nobody has any questions, it's not a problem. The next session will be on Sunday, next Sunday, 2 p.m. British Standard Time. So every Sunday we'll be doing a session. Yeah, so you can RSVP via meetup.com if you wish to join via YouTube, and then you'll find the link for the Zoom. Sometimes there's been an issue with Zoom and Meetup connecting and making duplicate, Zoom sessions, which is the problem I had today, which sent me to a separate Zoom session. If there's any problem and you can't connect via Zoom for some reason, if you look in our Meditation for All YouTube page, the live stream will be there and you can just join the live stream on there at any point. So yeah, thank you for coming and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyesh.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you.
Have a blessed week.
Okay, you too.
I hope so, yes. Thank you.
Okay, we'll speak soon anyway, and we'll arrange something at some point. Yeah.
I would appreciate that. Yes, please.
Yep. I'll be possibly putting next week anyway. I'll be putting another one-to-one up. Just got to check my calendar what days I'm free, and I'll be putting something up. Yeah.
Okay. All
Okay, then
right.
thanks a lot. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye,
Bye.
Priyesh.
Hi. Okay. 1 second. One question. Yeah. Last time I have a question in the person. Okay. Yeah. So we don't have any in-person sessions at the moment in Leicester. We're currently based in our group events are in Leicester. However, the only in-person events we're doing is the sound meditation, is a meditation with gongs and singing bowls and different instruments. However, that's more of a sound experience where there's some little bits of visualization or meditation, guided meditation, but mostly it's just listening to the sound of gongs and singing bowls around the room. And most people lie down for that event. For more of a guided meditation, as we did today, sorry, I don't do any in-person events at the moment. Um, but we'll be doing online sessions. I do one-to-one work as well through Zoom. Um, yeah. So you can contact me if you wish to do a one-to-one, or I do free one-to-one sessions. So I put that on Meetup, and whoever RSVPs first basically gets a chance, and then the others are put on waiting list. So it's like a free 40-minute session to meditate or to ask any question, or go to a therapeutic process. Yeah. So, but if you have any questions about meditation or any you know things you want to find out about meditation, you can always email me or message me, and I'll be happy to share anything. Okay.
Are you going to do an online sound bath, Priyesh?
Yeah, I'm still working on that. But it'll be online sound bath where I won't be connecting. I don't think I won't be doing it through Zoom. It'll be directly on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, you won't be doing it through Zoom.
I'm not sure because I think I've tried through Zoom. I've been done a few tests, and the sound doesn't sometimes come out quite well. I'm still, working on that. But YouTube is quite, I can stream to YouTube quite easily. But I could create a type of event, and then there'll be a link, and you can just click the link, and it'll straight take you to the, streamed sort of video. Yeah.
I've done sound baths on Zoom before, and the
Yeah.
sound is fine.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. I will continue to try. Well, in my initial test, they're not been so great, but maybe some things I've got to work on with settings and things like that. Yeah. But coming soon. Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Lots of love.
All
Bye
right.
bye.